much better that way. Huh? Oh, that's short. It's all right. Those are... Oh, we're starting. It's okay. And welcome to the Booyah Cup pregame show here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. William Stewart here alongside me, Mr. Sean Green. Sean, what a weekend it has been so far, buddy.
Oh, buddy, it's been absolutely phenomenal, and it's just going to get better from this point forward. You already got the overhead shot of us, so looking straight down on my fat as we speak. And could not be more excited to be in that booth calling some matches, bud.
Well, we're just making sure everything's out all right. Of course, we're not in our pit. We're in the bullpen right now. So a little bit different for us being on the floor doing this production instead of back in the closet this weekend. But I'm excited for today, man. It's going to be a complete awesome day of darts. What do you think?
Well, when you look at the bracket, right, you can't help but get excited. That's both the men's and the women's, which the women's is coming for the first time. You want to start off talking about that a little bit? Yeah,
so last year we just had the men-only event. This year, we're actually stepping up the bar. We're pulling in 16 ladies for this one.
Very, very talented females.
That is almost an understatement when you got Christy Grimmel, Liz Tynan, Abby Spott, and numerous others, Olivia Terry, and some, maybe some folks we haven't heard of. And KAITLIN Myers, she's a talented individual as well.
Yeah, I got to play her in the first round of the blind draw, actually, on Friday night, and that was a treat. I did not realize that it was going to be that close of a matchup, and it definitely was. No, she throws phenomenally well. It's going to be exciting to see. The ladies' bracket's a little bit more open to me than the men's side, with overall top-heavy men's bracket.
Yeah, I would say so overall. When you look at the brackets, you can check them out on CompuSport right now. Actually, go on there and look up the brackets. I would say that we're in for an interesting day of darts on the men's side of things, huh?
To say the least. To say
the least. Well, before we get any further, I wanted to bring on the man that invented this and created the show here, the Booyah Cup. So let's bring on Jeremy Byrne here of BooyahDarts.com.
Don't get blinded by the mustache, guys.
Don't get blinded by the stash. Here you go, buddy.
Jeremy, how's it going, man?
It's going. We're here.
You're holding that microphone awfully awkward, and I appreciate it. It's a good way to start it off. No, I like it. There you go. Look at that. It's a little crooked there on the USA Darts logo, but I like it. Buddy, tell us how you got the vision for this Booyah Cup. What went into the thought process here?
Well, honestly, Red Eye Rhino years ago did the Premier Cup. It was a great event. I loved what they did. For whatever reasons, unfortunately, it went away. They did it 2 years, I think.
Yep.
And then it kind of folded. Me and my partner were like, what can we do to bring it back? And here we are today on our second year.
Yeah, and it's grown exponentially already. You had, major turnouts for those qualifiers. Tell me about just how does it feel to have that many people in every one of those qualifiers leading up to this?
Well, it was actually kind of incredible because, last year we averaged 18 people per qualifier. We didn't quite meet our goal. It's our first year, so we weren't able to achieve our goal. So we didn't really increase our goal per se this year, and then everyone turned out this year, and we had double the average turnout. So
you've gotten to play this weekend as well. How is it from a player perspective versus a tournament director perspective this weekend? Which is more stressful for you?
Actually, I play to get away from the stress of being a tournament director.
There you go.
It gives me that 5 minutes when I'm on the board to just relax and throw darts. Whatever happens, happens. I played with Brandon Riddell yesterday. He was great. He's like, hey, don't worry about it. When we get called, I'll come and get you, and we'll play our match. So he was really supportive of that, and understood going in what he was getting into.
Oh, absolutely. So this year we started off with a shootout to determine the seeding. Just tell me about that idea, that process, because that was an interesting one. It's different than other people do for that seeding process.
Yeah.
Who had that idea?
Brainchild?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of my idea. You know, the Darts Live does the bull shootout, I believe it is, where they just throw bullseyes for 20 minutes, and whoever has the most is the winner, I guess. I don't know. So we talked about doing the L style or the shootout, game of count up, split bowl for the men, and we were gonna do random pairings. And then we're like, you know what? Let's just make it one person, so all they have is them and the board in their mind. They don't have anyone pushing them. They don't have anyone to beat in that game. They just have their mind, and they have to get it, and they know people are watching on the live stream on USA Darts. So it puts all the added pressure on. And actually, after people got done shooting, they came over to me. I mean, big names.
Yep.
Mike Maloney, you know, Baggish, you know. Man, I never thought I would feel that much nerves playing a game of count up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it made them essentially. And then L Style came on board. They've been great supporters of our event and us, and they put up $1,800 to give away as prize money. So there was that added incentive going
Which is
in.
awesome. Yeah.
So I mean, the men were playing for $600 to win. That starts your weekend off right.
It sure does. It sure does. Jeremy Byrne, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I want to say thank you so much for having us, and I'm excited for this to continue for the next 5-10 years. It's definitely the coolest soft tip tournament I think we go to every year.
Thank you. I appreciate Will and you guys coming in and doing this, and you guys have helped this succeed as well.
No, it definitely is you, for sure, buddy. Well, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, Jeremy Byrne, as we're going to head it back on over to the GOAT, Mr. William Stewart. Will?
That was a good combo, man. I like those questions for sure.
Made him up on the spot.
It works, buddy. It works. Yeah, well, we're excited to be here today. It should be a fun event. We're gonna have one more special guest, which you guys will definitely know who this individual is when he steps up. For sure.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it. Let's take a look at those women's brackets. We mentioned those. We've got Liz Tynan, Abby Spott, Chrissy Grimmel, Olivia Terry, Paula Murphy, Crystal Wagner, Kat Middleton, and Trisha Romero. Good lineup there, buddy.
Yeah, let me ask you real quick, which one out of those four, because those are tasty matchups to say the least. Which one of those four are you looking forward to the most? Because I have my answer, and I'm looking for yours.
Well, I just wanted to let you know, these are not the
I could tell, by the way,
matchups.
once I saw that.
These are actually the winners of the qualifiers.
Although, doesn't Chris Grimmel play Olivia Terry in the first round?
Yeah, she does. That is a first round matchup.
I think that's what fooled me.
A 6 and 11 seed. Chris Grimmel, the 11 seed.
Yeah.
Folks. That is an insanity. Let's take a look at our players that earned via order of merit, as well as our last chance qualifier. It'd be Cindy Johnson, Kasha Prisbel, Caroline Nujui. I'm not sure how to say that last name. We'll get that figured out. KAITLIN Myers, Brianna Osterheld, Crystal Anderson, Vanessa Tox, and then our on-site qualifier, Trina Reed, who was a dominant force from Racing, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was a tough bracket that she had to get through on Friday evening. And you want to talk about that last chance qualifier. First of all, I love the on-site qualifier idea. I thought that was a great addition to it. But on top of that, now the idea is that they're going up against the 1 seeds. Whoever had the highest count-up total is who they get.
Yep.
We have Jake Aldefinger for the men's side, who got through his qualifier. And then, of course, Miss Trina Reed on the ladies' side.
So our first round matchup, we'll just go here. Paula Murphy taking on Trina Reed. Vanessa Tox taking on Caroline Dewey. Abby Spott taking on Brianna Osterheld. Liz Tynan taking on Kasha Prisbel. KAITLIN Myers taking on Cindy Johnson. Catherine Middleton taking on Crystal Anderson. Crystal Wagner taking on Trisha Romero. Olivia Terry taking on Chrissy Grimmel. Well, who's your favorite and who's your dark horse, Sean?
Oh, man, put me on the spot right away. So my favorite in this is going to be Liz Tynan.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been around for a long time. She's accomplished everything at the top of the game. Why not the Booyah Cup, too?
I like that pick.
Yeah.
I like that pick. Now, what about your dark horse?
Darkhorse is actually an interesting one. It might be because I played her on Friday night in the blind draw, but KAITLIN Myers is going to surprise some people, I think, that today.
I like that choice.
Yeah.
I like that choice. For me, my favorite's going to be Chris Grimmel. You got to go Chrissy. I think that the count-up was just a fluke.
Fair.
She was playing really well yesterday. Her and Trisha ended up winning a couple doubles events, I believe, so kudos to them. My dark horse, that one's tough for me because I really want to choose Olivia Terry as my dark horse, but she's got Chrissy Grimmel in the first round. So I'm going to go with Olivia coming around the backside maybe to make a stance. So we'll see how that one goes. But I believe we're going to get our special guest over here in just a second, maybe.
He is.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Ooh.
Do you want to grab him for me? See if he's interested.
He's wearing a nice jersey today.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like
if
the color on him. I don't think I've ever seen that color on him coming on over.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but we'll see if he elects to come on over here. We'll just give you a hint. Been active overseas recently.
Yes. Yeah, and that's not a soldier reference or anything like that either.
He's what? Okay, yeah, if he wants to come over. He's good? Okay. All right, never mind. So he's gonna elect not to. I figured that might be the case.
Fair
getting
enough.
getting ready for the event. We were gonna try to get Leonard over here, our defending champion, but
You want Leonard?
yeah. Leonard.
Who else did you want?
Okay, maybe we're just
I knew he didn't actually
figure it
go
out.
over and ask. He was just going to try and get away with it without anything.
that being Jeremy Byrne helping us out here,
Mustache.
grabbing people. I was about to say I did talk to Leonard before. He was like, "Yeah, I'll come on for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll see if he will."
All
or
right,
not.
he is walking.
There
on
he
over.
is. There he is. Well, we got a good gift from him yesterday of his dance moves. We may ask him
Yeah,
about
there you
that
go.
one, but we'll bring him on and then we'll get into our men's bracket here.
I like it.
I'm
Plus, that gets me off the camera for a second, so that's always a win. Always
just to
a win.
relax. There we go. Well, here he is right now. We'll get him in here. We'll take the mic from Sean, the man, the myth, the legend, Leonard Gates. Here, come around here.
Where we at?
We're right here, buddy.
Looking straight that way.
We're live right now, so
He's
he's like, maybe I'll put this on this side of the table. Well,
see that.
Leonard Gates joining us, our defending champion of the Booyah Cup. Leonard, how's it feel to be here once again, buddy?
Ah, man, it feels good. Another great tournament, another big event, another exciting event. Good competition, and we're going to see how it's going to play out today.
I think so, man. You've been playing well this weekend. You and Danny Baggish had some good runs yesterday.
Yeah.
But now it's an individual singles event.
Oh, yeah,
You're
what
coming
is
in-
that?
Right? You're coming in as the #1 seed, barely etching out Mike Maloney. You thought you did him dirty there with the 1-point advantage.
Well, truth be told, like I said, I saw when one dart left, the score was tied. I really tried to hit a 20, but it slipped into the 1. So.
You're like, I didn't really do that, buddy.
Nah,
I didn't really
it's-
do that. But, hey, nonetheless, you're coming in as #1 seed. I think you've earned that right for you last year being the champion. But what do you think? Coming in for another title today? I'm guessing so.
That's the goal, but like I said, the competition has gotten better. We got some new competitors in there that are bringing some heat. So let me see if I can be the fireman and just put out that fire. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. Yeah, we did lose a couple competitors, but we gained quite a few talented individuals, which is nice. So, what do you think about the Booyah Cup overall? I mean, pretty fantastic event. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a great event to come to participate in. You got qualifiers to get you in to try to play for the finale. You get good doubles teams, good triples teams. The event ran smooth. The staff was great. Everybody did a great job, man. I mean, if it stays successful like that, it can get bigger, and it can build on it. And we have a lot more people coming out and enjoying this thing.
Yeah. Well, one final question for you. We had an on-site qualifier on Friday night. You're actually going to be playing the on-site qualifier,
Right.
earn a spot in Jake Adelfinger. He played really well. Are you at all thinking about that match? I mean, yes, you got to go one match at a time, but he's a talented individual.
Right.
You can't overlook him.
No,
Am I right there?
Yeah, you don't overlook any player. But with me, it's if I'm feeling right, I'm standing at the line, everything is focused, the board is in point, I'm just going to play the board, you know what I mean? Of course, my opponent's going to be there, but I'm going to say he's going to have to keep up with me.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. Well, keeping up with you is a tough task, that's for sure. Well, thanks, Leonard. We'll let you get back after. I know
not
you
a
got some
problem, not a
practice to
problem.
do.
Thank you,
We
man.
appreciate you, sir. Thanks
you.
for taking
Good
a
to
moment
see
with
you,
us.
Will.
Past champion, Leonard Gates, taking a moment with us. Good luck to you today,
Thank
buddy. We appreciate it. All righty, there we go. Leonard Gates joining us for a moment. Sean Green stepping back in as we'll go over our men's bracket here. Appreciate it, Leonard. Thank you very much. All righty. Well, what do you say, buddy? Let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll take a look at our men's qualifiers. Of course, Leonard Gates, Kevin Luke, Mike Maloney, Jesse Johnson, Larry Butler, Dan Burke, Elliot Milk, and Seth Stefano. What do you think of that lineup?
Yeah, I mean, You're looking there. Do you see a weakness out of any of those guys? Because I do not. I mean,
Definitely not.
if you're picking 8 guys that you might have a shot at winning this thing, you probably could argue for all 8 of those guys.
You very much could. We're going to head on over to the second qualifiers. This is Bob Anderson, Rick Hinsey, Danny Baggish, Dustin Holt, J.C. Martinez, Ryan, go ahead.
Gervais.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Carlos Calderon and Steve Diker rounding out our 16 qualifiers. So that's a good list.
I mean, you could say the same thing. Danny Baggish, Dustin Holt, of course. Rick Hinsey. Those guys are perennial favorites. And then you have J.C. Martinez and Ryan Gervais is going to shock some people today. He can fire a dart into the dartboard, and I know you don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but you're going to learn his name by the end of the day.
Wait, he was a surpriser when he came out in his qualifier and won that bad boy. I was like, who is this guy? Well, he's a talented Wisconsinite. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, he is.
Let's get over to our order of merit participants. Brett Hollanday, who, let me tell you, folks, really did well in all those qualifiers. Finished second, I believe, 3, 4, 5 times in those qualifiers.
Keep pointing it out to him. He likes that.
He loves it, I'm sure.
He's very excited that he got #1 on the order of merit instead of just straight on through.
Corey Beck, that's supposed to be Jacob Koch, I guess.
Jacob Cook.
Yep. I always do that one. Sorry for the spelling error there. Tyler Montgomery, Garrett Rakowski, Shane Johnson, Darian Ackaby, and Robbie Weissmith. Darian actually doing well in that count-up, giving himself a 4 seed.
Yeah, the 4 seed, and again, you always are interested by who's going to do well in that count-up because it's an interesting format, right? Mm-hmm. And, Darian did really well. You have some great players there, some Hoosiers there, too, in that, which I always love seeing, you know.
That we do, sir. We're going to keep on going. We're going to head to our last qualifier. Scott Miokovic, Dimery Lawrence, Josh Corneliuson, Nick Yeast, Jeff Johnson, Lavelle Sterling, Matt Gaither, and then Jake Adelfinger winning our on-site qualifier. He's going to be a tough competitor.
You know what? And he gets Leonard Gates in the first round. Congratulations, first of all, Jake, on making it into this. But I honestly think that he might have a shot at a potential upset right away.
I think he very well could be an upset, and that's why I asked Leonard. I said, "Hey, are you at all, looking forward to that match? Are you not overlooking them?" And he said, "I just got to play my game and continue on. I mean, I know he's good. He won those on-site qualifiers for a reason, but he's going to have to keep on chugging." So it was good to hear from Leonard on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you know that if you're going through that on-site qualifier, that was a tough field, to say the least. So well done for him.
It was. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket here. There's definitely some interesting first-round matchups, including a second-round possible doozy of an affair. Leonard Gates taking on Jake, and then Jacob Cook taking on Danny Baggish right underneath him.
Yeah, and Jacob Cook and Danny Baggish were actually partners in the blind draw on Friday night, so they got a good look at each other. I asked Jacob afterwards. He's a friend from the north side of Indianapolis. I said, "All right, buddy, well, the good news, you got to see him up close. Get any weaknesses out of him?" And he goes, "Yeah, there's not any."
There's not any.
That's what I gained out of that. There were not any weaknesses, and I'm going to hope for the best.
Yep. So potential Gates, Baggish, second-round matchup. Potential anything can happen here. Moving on, Larry Butler, Dustin Holt. That will be our first match of the day,
It
folks.
should be. That one on stream for us.
Speaking of Dustin Holt, hello.
What's funny is he picked the perfect time when we're not on camera to walk by. But
oh, no, we're still on camera.
Oh,
buddy.
well,
We're
great.
still rolling. We're still rolling.
I thought that they could see this, so that's awesome. I had no idea what I was doing on camera just now. But no, Larry Butler, Dustin Holt, that's going to be a great first-round matchup. I think that either one of those guys getting started can do some damage. But that is a top half of the bracket matchup, and if you've seen the bracket on CompuSport, the top half is very, very packed.
Yes. We'll continue on. Garrett Rakowski, Nick Yeast, Darian Ackaby taking on Dan Burke. Elliot Milk taking on Brett Hollanday. Seth Stefano, Shane Johnson. That'll be another stream matchup right off the bat. So we wanted to go ahead and mention that one. We'll continue on. Rick Hinsey taking on Corey Beck. Mike Maloney, Lavelle Sterling. Robbie Weissmith, Dimery Lawrence. J.C. Martinez and Tyler Montgomery. Bob Anderson, Scott Miokovic. Kevin Luke taking on Josh Corneliuson. Jeff Johnson taking on Carlos Calderon.
I'm just kidding. I was just mouthing, so it looked like I was the one saying it. Keep going.
And Jesse Johnson taking on Matt Gaither.
People on the top